two travel agents with an ocean-sized obsession for small ship cruising.
Get ready as we inspire you to sail beyond the brochure.
It's the Ship Less Traveled. Welcome again to another episode of The Ship Less Traveled. My name's Dave Wentworth with DestinationWhatever.com.
And I'm Lorraine McCall with Bespoke Cruise Holidays.
And I'm coming to you from the icy waters of the North Atlantic here in Newfoundland, Canada.
And I'm coming to you from sunny England.
Well, I'm glad the sun's shining because today I'm going to take us all the way up north. We're going to talk a little bit about polar cruising, which is something that I'm really passionate about, and you're just shivering over there.
Yeah,
Now, I know you've been up a
sunshine.
bit towards, you've done Norway, you've done Iceland, you've definitely sailed north before. What time of year did you do that?
So, yeah, we actually did the Norwegian fjords last August. And the timing is really something for the fjords because we went in August and we had a lovely week. But actually, a couple of weeks earlier, some friends of ours did that cruise and they're all dressed in their winter clothes. It was freezing.
And speaking of timing, that's just why I was thinking about polar cruises at the moment because we have icebergs right now in my backyard. It's quite majestic. They break off and work their way down the coast of Labrador to the north shore of Newfoundland. And of course, we have a lot of travelers that are coming to the area now to see icebergs. Iceberg spotting, it's one of the big things people want to do on a polar cruise, and it's very seasonal. You have to think about polar regions in the summer. Even with summer, there's different times of year to consider. So if you go, of course, around solstice, you could experience the midnight sun. And depending what you're looking for, that might be right up your alley or not what you're looking for.
Yeah, absolutely. That is something I would love to see, actually. When you're doing a trip like that, you definitely want to come back to some luxury and comfort and good food, good hearty food after a long day out exploring.
Speaking of food, I just read about a supplier that we work with in the world of small ship cruising that has an exciting program called Tundra to Table. And so maybe in Greenland, you might be eating musk ox, or in Nunavut, you might be getting Arctic char, and of course the Arctic berries and other things, because there's a whole culinary landscape there.
Oh, that would be amazing. And that's another thing I love about the small ships is because they will, as you say, from tundra to table, but any small ship, from farm to table, they would use locally sourced foods wherever possible to bring onto the ship so you can really eat where you are.
Small ships are really suited for the Arctic in a number of ways, but one of the ways is the ways that they can interact and support local communities, whether it's food sourcing or working with artists, cultural performers, tour guides, and so on and so forth. I understand you might live in an environment where you're not used to these temperatures. They are fully set up to support you on your Arctic discovery. So a lot of them will equip you with an expedition jacket, which will be yours to keep after the trip. And they have all the gear that you need. Of course, they have all the professionals on the board from excursion leaders, scientists, photographers. And so when we think about enrichment and we think about experience, there's just so much that you're going to get on your Arctic trip that you're going to come back from this trip changed in so many ways. So a lot of times people think about the Arctic, and of course we're going to be heading up north. It starts over in Svalbard, which is north of Norway. It's a great spot to see polar bears. Have you ever heard of Svalbard before, Lorraine?
I have, yes. I haven't been that far up there.
If you want to go to the North Pole, Svalbard is more or less it. And as we come across the North Atlantic, we can look at areas like Iceland and Greenland. Greenland's interesting this season. The airport at Nuuk was extended, so now it can receive aircraft from further afield. So we have flights now from New York to Greenland for the first time ever. So you can fly in and start your cruise in Greenland. And so it saves time sailing to Greenland. You can just embark and get right into your Arctic adventure. How fabulous is that? We have things happening, of course, in the Canadian Arctic as well. You can weave through the entire Arctic, the famous Northwest Passage, and work your way all the way across. That would be an epic once-in-a-lifetime trip. And for those,
Oh,
you can sail up from certain gateways, or there's some operators, they'll bring you up north on a charter flight. So you just need to get to Toronto, Calgary, places like that. So which Arctic itinerary are you going to book now? Because I think I've convinced you.
Dave, one day. Oh, do you know when my family and I moved to Nova Scotia in 2007, and we moved in July, so it was fabulous. It was boiling hot, and we had not yet realised what was to come. And the cold weather kind of hit us hard, and we weren't ready because here in England, we wear winter jackets and jumpers and but lived there for 6 years, which was fantastic. But I absolutely do not miss the snow and the -30 temperatures, plus the wind chill.
I think you have raised a misconception that a lot of customers would have, and that's that, you think about a polar region and it's the North Pole at Christmas comes to your mind, and it's not that. Again, you're going up in the summer, so it is going to be the time of year where temperatures should be above the freezing temperature. So they might be, it will be cool. It will certainly be nice maybe to get away from the super hot summer, going at the time of the year that the weather's going to at least be the best that it can be. All right, everybody. Well, if this talk hasn't left you shivering and if you're warmed up to the idea of polar cruising, we would love to help you out with that and find the right cruise for you, whether you're looking for something with a bit more flair, you're looking for something educational, scientific. We've got all sorts of options for you. My name is Dave Wentworth. You can find me on my website, destinationwhatever.com, and you can find my agency on Facebook at Destination Whatever Travel.
Yeah, I'm Lorraine, and you can find me at bespokecruiseholidays.com/luxury cruise holidays. I am also on Facebook at Bespoke Cruise Holidays, and always find us at the Ship Less Travel. We're both here for you.
And if you have a friend that might be interested in what we have to say, please share us with your cruise loving friends and make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Thanks so much, everyone. We'll see you again on the Ship Less Traveled. Curious about small ship cruising and ready to start planning? We're here to help plan your next voyage, whether you're a first timer or a seasoned sailor.
If you're in the UK, I'd love to hear from you. You can find me at bespokecruiseholidays.com/luxury cruise holidays, or visit my agency's Facebook page. Let's plan something unforgettable.
I'm in Canada and cover North America. Visit my website, destinationwhatever.com, or connect with my agency on Facebook. Let's get you on board, literally.
If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Click on those like and subscribe buttons, and please share us with your cruise loving friends. Support our channel and let's keep this ship sailing.
Thanks for coming on board. Until next time, this has been the Ship Less Traveled, where small ships lead to big adventures.